This is probably kind of dark because I wasn't intending to do anything this late at night. But I was scrolling, which I really didn't have time to do, on Facebook, and this is what I saw on a post that somebody had put about what did the post say? The picture showed a park somewhere in North Raleigh that was supposed to have flooding today, but they didn't really have any. It was just wet, and the person posted it, and with the comment that they were supposed to have flooding and that they didn't. And someone from Virginia said, um, "Right, I hope the flooding stays downstream." And something about that hit me, and I realized that as I have been researching and studying over the last 2 years, and found that historically black communities are were placed, or the land that was sold to black people after during Reconstruction was the land that was downhill where it was going to flood, where the creeks and streams got wider and wider with the runoff of rain. That's a racist comment, and the person who made the comment didn't know it. Um, and and I guess maybe I shouldn't say it's racist because I'm sure that in areas where it wasn't black people, it was poor people who were sold these pieces of property that were downhill where white people who had money didn't want to live in the areas where it was flooding. But when we look now, and so when I was driving earlier today, um, I heard a I had to go pick something up, y'all. That's the only reason I was driving. I wasn't trying to touch people or be near people. I was in the car by myself, picking up something that somebody had left for me. Okay, clearing that up. But when uh, people were selling that land and they knew that it would flood, like I said, when I was driving down out to pick something up today, I heard this is the first time I'd ever heard a special advisory from the National Weather Service, and I heard it like twice in 5 minutes, and it was that Johnston County would flood next to the Neuse River from Tuesday through Friday because of the rains that we had today. Because the water runs downhill, it doesn't go uphill, it goes downhill. So wherever it's coming from, the flood, the water rises, it crests, it either recedes or it spills over. So we think about if you got a little tiny creek behind your house that's dry most of the time, where does that water go? So we're dealing with some development here in the area where I'm living, and the development is going to be on a hill. It's projected to be a 4-story development on a hill that now has a house and two duplexes on it. A 4-story development is much, much higher than that. It's much more hard surface, and it sits on a hill. And there's an immediate drop off to the street where I live, and then there's another drop off to the beginning of one of the tributaries that goes into Walnut Creek. And the tributary is quiet most of the time, but when it rains hard, when it rains, it fills up. And so today, Dacian Road, Rose Lane, and areas downstream that are part of Walnut Creek um, watershed filled up with water. Now, once these high density, high rise places are built, there's nowhere for the water to go, so it goes downhill. And when we consider um, the reasons why that happened to begin with, then we need to look. It's part of the systemic racism that we don't even realize that we are perpetuating. So we have to think about that. So when I heard that announcement about Johnston County, only Johnston County, the next to the Neuse River was going to flood from Tuesday through Friday, because of today's rain, I thought about the water that runs downhill contributes to that. Just something I thought about as I was scrolling and looking at somebody's comment that said, I hope the water goes downhill. Well, they're wishing bad stuff on people downhill. And it's not right. And we don't think about it. It's just something that comes out of our mouth. Okay, going back to rest. Bye.